Chill with Batman. Hey man, how's it going? I'm living the dream. We're doing some OLE One Eye today. I'm feeling a lot better after the weekend. That was a wild time. Still can't believe we got through it as much as we did. How you doing today, man? Trying to work today? Oh, it sucks, man. She's spelling some bullshit. Yeah, that's the working world for you, unfortunately. Also, we have an ad starting in 3 minutes. Shadow Demon Wolf. That is an awesome name. I love that name. How's it going, dude? Welcome to the stream. You gonna fix it soon? Fix what? What are you gonna fix? There we go. Turned off the compressor for now for the thing. There's a letter not supposed to be there. Oh, the extra letter on the keyboard. Yes. You're in luck today. Today we're working through a paint job for a friend of mine. Oh, I reached out to my unemployment office yesterday. I got a hold of them and I said, hold on. I told my unemployment office that like I'm working from home now doing this stuff. It's supposed to be shadow, not shadow. Oh my god, I didn't even see the second W. Noob, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today, bro? Shadow. Ozzy. You'll be happy to know I recovered after the weekend. Um, All that CA glue was doing stuff to me. I had a headache for hours, bro. My angry honey badger. Ooh. Sounds like a flirt. Shadow. And some liquid to my wet palette. I get hostile on Call of Duty. Nice. You gotta be hostile in something. I get hostile when I paint. We do aggressive painting here. We're gonna grab different music after this. I get hostile in Newber, but he's so far away. Hey man, we invented the Geneva Convention, trust me. 2 more build sessions, nice. You must be so hyped, dude. Are you gonna magnetize the top so you can paint the inside? Or are you just gonna paint it and then, like, glue it together? Top doesn't need magnetization? Okay. Oh, it's looking... Oh, okay, it's one of those press fits. Gotcha. So we're in the middle of an ad right now. It'll end in like 2 minutes. And then we'll be back to it. Excuse me. New shoe painting again tonight. Nice. I don't know if you're in an ad right now, Noob, but if you're not, what are you painting tonight? Are you painting more of your Necron stuff? I say because I've been so focused on my current task that I forget what everything's called now. Or Silent King. Yes, that's the one. You need to finish your set of Bulgrin. Which set? Because you have like 9 sets now. I also found that the K airbrush. It's just 9 tools and doing nade gauntlets. It's only 9. Only 9. What do you mean you can't airbrush? You airbrush pretty well, Noob. Better than I do. I don't airbrush very well at all. They work in squad 6. Oh, gotcha. I didn't know. Ad breaks ending in 30 seconds. Hold on, I'm gonna get a little sound effect here. Ad break ends in 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, welcome to the stream, everybody. We're gonna put on some music here in the background just so we get things going today. I'm gonna find some stuff to put on. We changed how abs work. Hey Ted, welcome to the stream. The stream. Welcome to the stream. Oh, welcome to the stream. Look at Discord. Okay, give me a second here. Ooh, hold on. I'm gonna throw that on screen here. On screen, motherfucker. Oh, we're starting early today. Okay, all right. I'm gonna find my display capture. We're gonna put it just up here, and we're just gonna take a quick peek at these real quick. Look at the Silent King. The way this is starting. I love how flat the purple is. it's like it's not oversaturated, but it's not like too deep in either direction. It's just it's subtle enough that it's like sliding between in a transition between like the black to the purple, which is very, very pleasant. Very pleasant to look at. See, especially this dude. This dude's just like screaming and like he's got a little touch of like darker purple on the edge. Ah, makes me want to paint a Silent King. Fuck. All right, someday we'll do a Silent King on stream. So, I swear, someday we're going to. I'm just gonna find some music here real quick, just while we're looking at things. Teb, I hope you're having a good day. Again, welcome to the stream. Here's one called Stream Friendly Bangers. What is this? No, 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 no. That's not the right vibe today. New metal era? What about, how do we feel about new metal? I don't know. Maybe that's not it today. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Can you guys give me three genres? Three genres we could, or just a selection of genres, and we're gonna find the music for today. Just the genres. I think the genres so far are gonna be new metal, uh, third wave ska. Um, I want some really esoteric stuff. Metal, okay, metal's good. How about some classical jazz? Um, Taylor Swift covers. uh, Heavy metal, industrial metal. Ooh, heavy metal, industrial metal. I do like industrial metal. Um, let's see. Blind Guardian, Stravio's. Listen to fantasy metal. Ooh, fantasy metal. How about ragtime? um, let's see. What else? What else? What else? Kazoo covers. Um, how about uh, not classical, speed metal. A lot of metal here. Thrash metal. um, historic metal. How many metal genres are there? um, oh, how about sludge metal, um, black metal, death metal, hair metal. Oh, metal covers of Disney songs. Those slap, not gonna lie. Okay, all right. One more, one more. I get to add one now. I get to add one. How about uh, Christian rap? Oh, Christian metal. All right. Okay. Um, Mathematical metal. Okay. Labroca, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Math metal. It's documentary metal music. Ooh. Um, Punk. Hardcore. Um. You know what? That's probably. If you guys got one more suggestion, we'll throw it in. But I think we're almost good. I think we're almost good to spin the wheel. I'll give you guys one last shot here. Give you the count of again 10. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pop. 8, 9, 10. Acapella. Ooh. Gunmetal. Techno. Gunmetal. Okay. Um, it's fine. I missed a couple of your streams. How you doing? I'm doing fine, man. I'm having a great time. This is kind of stuff we usually get up to. Is this kind of bullshit? So, I'm excited. Last stream was our Sister Spence stream. Also, new survival game coming to you. What survival game? Um, while you tell me what survival game was, I'll just talk about what happened Sunday. Sunday, we were working on our um Exorcist, our Bell Sisters Exorcist. We broke a few pieces off it and bent some pieces around accidentally. I got really wacky off of some fun glue. and that was sort of interesting. Windrose is a private survival game. It's pretty dope. I've been playing it since alpha. Nice. Windrose would be good with some Windrose music. The Viking metal. Oh. Uh, and yeah, I got kind of wacky off of like three types of glue, like acetone, and like I had a huge like headache by the end of the stream, and I was going like bananas. Oh, I see the translator wrote something wrong. It's not about what you're doing, it's how you're doing. Oh, I'm doing fine now. Thank you. Sorry. I'm doing much better now. I'm surviving now. Sunday was a wild ride. And I just barely came out ahead, barely survived. Um, it was a long night, and I'm glad to be alive, to put it simply. I just wanted to do this Satan, but I looked in the cup and I still need to paint, so I did the orbs in the main part. Nice. I ran low on paint, then refilled it, and then did the base of the Silent King. I just wanted to do the Satan. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, doing the Satan's fun. It's funny. I used to joke that like now that people have airbrushes, it's like time to do Tau because like the panels are so smooth and big that it's like you might as well because you're gonna get much better results, right? They're gonna be much nicer transitions. All right, I'm talking a lot. I need to do this. All right, guys, let's count us in. It's on three. Three, two, one. What are we listening to? Viking metal it is. Oh shit. Woo! All right, I guess we're listening to Viking metal today. That was a last minute addition too. That's damn. Okay, we'll remove it because I put it in. We'll do one last one. New metal. Okay. Let's. I guess we're listening to new metal. Shit. All right. Hell yeah. Rigged. Every time I think of new metal, I think of like dudes with their hands out in front of them doing the like square symbols where it's like, whoa. Oh god. You guys ever see hold on. Have you guys ever seen you're having a heart attack? You're having a medical emergency and Fred Durst. And Fred Durst is your roommate. Wisecraft, welcome to the stream. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, dude? I'm trying to find my display capture here real quick so we can look at this together. Hold on, before we get into that. This every time I think of new metal. Every time I think of new metal, I think of that. Doing well, thanks, brother. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Glad to hear. We are working on more commission stuff today. We're working on OLE ONE EYE. We worked on them on Friday, and then we did our Exorcist on Sunday. But today we're going to be cleaning up some of these panels. They look a little dirty, so we just want to make sure that they're nice and smooth and get the transition well. And we're going to try and add some like different color schemes and things to this. Slipknot was considered as new metal. I know, super weird, right? Like, it's just because they're in the era. It's like there's some like third wave ska bands that were like they definitely were anything but third wave ska. And it's like how is No Effects third wave ska? It just wasn't. Sorry, they're punk. This paint might be a little thin, but we'll see what happens. We're just gonna start sliding this on. Oh Jesus Christ, it is too thin, motherfucker. Hold on. It's so weird that like Slipknot was in that like weird spot in the middle. So we're definitely gonna hear it in this playlist because it's just that Disturbed is a no, Disturbed's not a religious band. I swear to God. There was one religious band that made it big in the 90s, and they say they're not religious, but it's Creed. I refuse to believe that Disturbed was a religious band. Especially when you had, like, songs like The Bodies on the Floor. Put the bodies on the floor. Put the bodies on the floor. Under Oath is Christian? Excuse me? Under Oath is Christian. I mean, that makes sense, though, because it's Under Oath, right? Like, the name is implied in that. Just using some of this super thinned out red that we have here. It's AK red. Their old logo is a religious symbol. It's easier metal or rock. It's either metal or rock. Damn. I was honestly, when we were spinning the wheel, I was like, please don't land on Christian metal. Please don't land on Christian metal. No, there's anything inherently wrong with it. It's just like some of it can be kind of bland. The generation. Oh shit. Get some of that black there. So the plan today is we're going to be working through this guy. We did a lot of the color scheme on him last time with the black around here. So we're just going to clean up the armor. That's kind of the first thing, is clean up the armor on the carapace by just dragging the red across to kind of brighten it up. And then we're going to come back through and clean up some of the eyes and things, just make them over-defined. And try to build some highlights and, worry about some of the stuff we missed here. Like we got a little bit of paint underneath here on the carapace. And just kind of get them smoothed out and add some highlights. I sent you Yark's data sheet. Ooh, let me take a peek. I didn't know Yark had a data sheet yet. Oh shit. Hero of Hades Hive. Counter strategies. At the end of your opponent's movement phase, you can select one enemy unit that was set up at the or ended to move within 12 inches of the smallest unit. Within 12 inches? One friendly regiment within 6 inches of invisible to this model. That regiment can then either make a normal move of D6, shoot at the enemy unit only if it's an eligible target, and declare charge. This middle one is huge, because that means that if you can see a model that's 12 inches away, that's also 6 inches from that unit, you can just automatic shots at it. Now, it doesn't say you need a line of sight. Oh, sorry, invisible to this model. Yeah, I guess so. Declare a charge against the enemy unit, but only if it's within 12 inches of that regiment unit. Damn. Inspiring Hero Aura. While friendly Astral Militarum unit is within 6 inches small, you can reroll Battle Shock on leadership tests. Nice. Vulgar options, none. Power Claw, Power Sword. Nice. So he's considered an officer, Imperium Epic Hero, and he has his own custom keyword, Commissar Yark. In command phase, you can select one of the abilities of Hero's Hades Hive selection. Hero of Hades Hive section. Till the start of your next turn, the small has the ability. Ooh. Nice. That's pretty dope. I want him. He's so badass. Gotta think of Blade variants. Hell yeah. He looks so badass, dude. Did you guys see the new terrain rules for 40k? Sorry, terrain objectives rules. I saw them in the Warhammer community notes, and I was like, oh shit. Okay, so the big thing is that, like, terrains now can offer cover and be an objective at the same time. So objectives also offer cover. That's the big takeaway. And you also have the option to, like, capture on top of terrain, which means you can actually scale terrain now. As long as the terrain isn't overly defined. And what I mean by that is that, like, there's actually definitions now as to how big the terrain needs to be. Which means you don't have to just be stuck using buildings all the time. So I'm kind of really hyped for it. Because that means I can finally live my dream of like building terrain for Tyranids. Thank God I need some low terrain that's under 2 inches so I can just walk, drive over it. Exactly. And the nice thing is that because it could be considered an objective, if you could drive over it, you could just sit on it with a tank and become a mobile command base. And because of the new disembark rules, and the way disembarking works with vehicles is that you can disembark while in combat now. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but you can disembark while in combat now. That means that you can actually go sit on point and then just supply troops immediately. So, playing the devil's advocate here, you can do some pretty gross stuff. I'm gonna probably bummed that if your transport dies, all the troops inside don't die. Yeah, that kind of that's rough from the opposite perspective. But if you're using transport instead of just destroying it, that could be pretty dope. So it kind of changes the meta a little bit to focus on bigger vehicles, which thank God because they were selling these vehicles before, but there really was no point to playing them. Now there is. We're gonna have to clean up all these skulls, but I'm not too worried about that. I say it all the time, but the reality is that I'm very worried about it, but I'm just not going to focus on it right now because there's so many other things here to worry about for size and scale. Time to get a Stormlord. Exactly. You get it. You get it. One step closer to the end, and I'm about to break. One step closer to the end, and I'm about to break. So one step closer to the end, and I'm about to break. Oh, it's Tuesday, and I'm glad I take Mondays to just get shit done because I I really need it. And Mondays just kind of suck in general. Like I'd rather come into Tuesday and be like, let's just chill and paint, and then just wash off Monday. The next order from LGS is $700. Holy shit! Yeah, I want to know what you got too. Good lord, for $700. So I'm painting some of the leg portions now because we have the upper carapace kind of taken care of. One step closer to the end, and I'm about to break. I'm going to take off some of this paint on my wet paper towel here, just so I can almost kind of dry brush it across using my base brush. And all I'm doing is just cleaning up where we painted already, just to make sure it's even. Oh, Jesus Christ. How is this new metal? 2 Ghost Arcs, 1 Nightbringer, 1 Mortarion, 1 Locust Heavy Destroyer, and 5 Magic the Gathering cards. Hold on. That that last part, that changes a lot of things. Because all that stuff combined is like $400. Oh, and Helldrake. Okay, yeah, never mind. That explains it. To me and my train. Most of it was the magic cards. Oh, Lord. I feel awkward as I should. Nope, it wasn't. Oh, okay. It's hard to determine because like magic cards can be crazy expensive if you let them. Just gonna overdefine the edge of the highlight here, just on the leg armor. And all it's gonna let me do is just keep the illusion that this is shinier than it is. Yes. What cards did you get there, noob? Out of curiosity. Until be closed in 3 weeks. This guy's salty about not getting in this club. That's what this song's about. Heldrick is 100, Locust Heavy is 70, Nightbringer is 80, sorry, 180, Morty is 200, Ghost Arcs are 90 each. Jesus Christ. So it's 100, 180 is 280, 480, 560, no, 550 plus 90 is 640. So that's $60 raw magic cards. Not paralyzed, seem to be struck by you. I wanna make you move. Same as the guy with cheapers. Yeah, I mean, when you put it in perspective like that makes sense. Good lord. Wish I had that kind of money. I'm just kidding. I'm having a great time actually just painting in general, regardless of what it is. Emrakul, The Promise, and Eons Torn. Jeez. What set is that? Oh, here's that Christian band. I swear to God, I don't see how this is a Christian band. I just don't get it. Oh, this is Drowning Pool? Oh, fuck, I'm an idiot. I thought this was Disturbed. I'm stupid. Oh, fuck. Definitely not a Christian band then. One, something wrong with me. Something's wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. I have 3 expensive hobbies. Jeez. I just have this. Lucky bastard. Cardboard crack, plastic crack, and PCs. It's all crack. I gotta figure out how to make some money. I say as I let hang in the air. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing around, guys. Right now, I'm just painting the underside of this carapace. Just adding some brush strokes, just trying to get that smoothness to it. I'll come in with the really wet paint and then just add it on top of it, just to create these like blurs. Feet picks are making a killing nowadays. I could do feet picks. Would you guys buy feet picks? Because I wouldn't. Men's feet picks. $20 a shot. Horn of Greed. I know my horn of green. Where am I going with this? I mean, it's not my cup of tea. I don't think it's a lot of people's cup of tea. I don't know if there's a market for hand VTuber feet pics. Just gonna start smoothing in this area between the two transitional areas, just underneath the carapace, just to get them continuous. And all I'm doing is just adding a slight transition with a little bit of water. There's a DoorDasher that gets extra tips for feet and frame pics. That is weird. Also wild. Maybe I should start DoorDashing with my feet. Here's your pizza. Just show up with the Beatrice voice. Hey, honey, you wanted to see some feet pics? $40. Step the hands down. Rolling, 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 rolling. You know, I'm not. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's a lot. You know, I'm. You can make it work. You know, I'm not. Matt, your kink is not my kink, but your kink is okay. Good lord, thank you. I would have been sitting here staring at that for the next hour and a half going, good lord, am I having a stroke? I almost was Sunday. Good lord. I don't know if you saw it or not or caught it, but Sunday was a wild stream. I was definitely enjoying the glue. Kink shame. Good lord. Only the finest content on Burnout Brush. I want to get a web domain now. I want to get burnoutbrush.tv that just redirects here. I think that would just be hilarious. Just highlighting part of the armor on his arms now. It's a nice Eldrazi. It's not an Eldrazi. Oh, wait. Sorry. That's what I get for not clicking links. Got my hands full. I'm going to paint some of the black back here on this. I have a pre-con upgrade. Nice. We're almost ready to highlight this too, which is absolutely crazy. I still need 3 Ulamogs. What is an Ulamog? Anything in Magic that starts with a vowel automatically means I'm going to win in 3 turns. Like, I think that's a hot take. Their macule wasn't in Secret Lairs? Ah. You know what's funny is I bought Secret Lairs for the Commissar a long time ago. And the Secret Lairs I bought her were the Bob Ross ones. Is from the Innistrad remaster. Ah, okay. See, I know very little about Magic, but I have heard the term Innistrad quite a bit. Just doing some edge highlighting here. Just along the face here, a little bit. Just re-adding some color in, just to try and get it up to snuff. You know what's funny is I was talking, this is kind of relevant to what's happening. I didn't get much from the set, I just saw they were doing a bunch of horror movie posters at Lairs at the time. Yeah. I talked to my EI officer yesterday. He's the guy that I have to talk to for my unemployment. It's a thing in Canada. It's how we call unemployment is employment insurance. Basically, you pay into it all year, or the whole time you're working, and then when you're between jobs, you get a payout on it to help you find the next job. Anyway, I was talking to him, and I was like, "Yeah, I had a report because I've got self-employment now." And he's like, "Okay, well, what is it?" And I was like, "I'm a Twitch streamer." And he's like, "I used to do Twitch." I was like, "Oh, fuck yeah." I was like, it's finally someone who understands what it is I'm doing. And he was like, yeah, you're not gonna like no. not going to make a lot of money off it. I was like, oh. And he goes, honestly, I wouldn't even report it. And I was like, that's interesting that you would say that. And he goes, well, yeah. And he goes, but we have to send it off now, and the internal teams can investigate it. And he goes, but you'll probably be fine. And I said, oh, okay. And he goes, so what were you doing on stream? And I was like, well, I paint Warhammer, right? And he goes, ah, no, no. I told him, I said, I paint models. And he's like, Warhammer? And I'm like, yeah. And I said, it sounds like you used to play. And he goes, I used to with my buddies when they lived here, but they moved on. And we talked about Warhammer for like 5 or 6 minutes. It was just really sick, really, really cool. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. And he's like, at the end of the call, he thought it was super funny. He's like, don't give up. Like, keep doing it. And I was like, oh, and he's like, I wish I had. And I was like, oh, bet. I'm gonna keep painting then. And it was just super cool. And so as soon as you guys started talking about like magic cards and stuff, I was like, oh god, like it just reminded me of this dude who's just also cool and into the hobby, but like in a government position. It was just super, super friendly. Honestly, one of the best interactions I've had with someone from the government in a long time. It wasn't just like old person like, I don't understand what it is you children do. It's like, ma'am, I'm 40. Actually, I'm 38. I just stopped and think about that for a second. Double foil Modern Horizons 3 Collector's Edition. Nice. I think I'm getting all the red I'm going to get out of this red. I might have to switch to an orange just to catch the highlights on this. We're definitely going to have to go over some of the black again, but this is just to start this color shift. Because I basically want the trim edge on this. So I'm just trying to make sure all the edge gets caught. That's the Ulamogs I need. Nice. I like how I stop talking when the music stops. That way you guys have to listen to me the whole time the music's going. Sorry, guys. Wow. Yeah, I might have apexed on the red here a little bit. I have you have a Tiamat? Nice. Still have a Seal Crimson gift bundle. There's sword to come by. Yes, they work, because they're Tiamat. I mean, he's a giant fucking dragon. Wow. Oh. Got mine for $13. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna have to switch up to an orange here. When was that? I got mine pretty early. Local Game Store fucked up the price online. Ah. Lucky. That's a major fuck up, big time. Alright, we're gonna try and keep highlighting these edges of some of this armor here. Just because it needs to rock a good edge. But we're gonna switch over to an orange for some of these smaller bits. Specifically a Wild Rider orange. Sorry, Wild Rider red. Now it's a layer paint, so I'm gonna move over to a layer brush. Get some back on the wet palette here. Just trying to get as thin as I can, but also useful. Base, sadly. Ah. I'm just going to catch the edges here a little bit. Just with a razor thin kind of paint job. I don't want anything too pretty. I just want to catch the edge. And the reason why I want just to catch this is specifically because I just want the color Just in part on the edge. I just want to sell there's a little bit of light here. Not much. And we'll do that for the opposite side too. And we won't be too heavy on the bottom side because it's away from the light. And we still have to pass blue light along it too. Speaking of, that part for my 3D printer should be in today. It's supposed to be out for delivery right now. Whenever it shows up is when I'll be able to install it and get things going. Thankfully, it's like a 2-second installation, so I'm super hype about that. Spectral Spider-Man. Ooh. Did I pull that or did you pull that? I've been told I have diamond hands, whatever that means. You in the Discord? Commissar's in the Discord. Ah, there we go. The hard part's there's so many places here to highlight with this orange. Good lord, this is going to take a hot minute. And all we're doing is just adding in just this tiny little highlight. Not much, too. Just enough just to sell the idea of some light difference. Are you ready? This is corn, right? If I'm not mistaken. People are interested about how much money there is in cards. Especially in Pokemon right now. Good lord. Oh, yeah. Ooh, ah, ah, ah. Oh, man. This orange just needs to go on. And it's just adding a little bit of flavor, color-wise. Not much, but just a tiny bit. And all we're doing is just catching. Just catching. Just like that. And we're just finding along the edges here. $10,000. Jesus. I'm scared to think how much the Commissar's collection costs. There's a tongue twister for you. The Commissar's collection of cards costs Canadian. Oh gosh. Dun, 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 dun. Use an app called Mana Box. You can scan your cards and it will give you the grand total. Nice. Um, I think we use a couple apps here. We use one called pkmn.gg. TCG app because I can add unlimited without paying. Nice. I don't understand the cards. It's not my forte. I'm a paint boy. I put paint on things, and the paint sticks to things, and that's my spectrum. That's all I know, actually. I just understand how paint moves, and that's it. And my Forgotten Realms being 4,000 cards in bulk alone. Jesus. This is an awful song. I could write the song. $15,000 cards are bulk. Jesus. What do you guys do with your bulk cards? Do you ever thought about, like, doing, like, an art project with them? Or, like, packaging them up and giving them away to kids? Or, like making one of those card towers? I feel like I might have struck a nerve with that one. Sounds about right. It climbs fast. I just have them, don't know what to do with them. Still using a lot of that wild red here. Oh man. I forget to breathe sometimes when I'm doing this. Did you get the 40k decks? I get cards from Drip and I stream and a stream will fill a 8-pound box of bulk of them. True. You could do a stream, noob. You could do a stream on Twitch here where you just go through all your bulk and then organize them by color. No big sad. I still haven't figured out what to do with the tops of these. I think I might paint them black on the inside. That might be the best process here. I came into this world as a reject. On the bass, on the plane. There's a blurred from the pain. Hey, hey. Well, the homies was just fucked. The sucker in the throat. They look a chump. Like a chump. Like a chump. Just gently dry brushing the lines underneath here. just to give it some color difference. I did it all for the nookie. The nookie. Be right back. Alrighty. We'll be here. Oh man. This wild red red doesn't go very far. Not as far as I need to, at least. Oh man. It's just so many like little details here. Still I surrendered. Hey, hey, hey. I have to like comb my brush now every now and then. There's just so much detail here. Oh man. That's what I get for painting Tyranids. I never paint Tyranids. This was kind of like my first kick at it. It's just so much detail. And a biological creature. I normally just paint like armor and stuff. It's a fun new territory, but mother of God, it's new. Okay. Now just gonna paint underneath here. Just paint along the edge of the armor and we're good. The hardest part here is brush control. I start from the inside and out, and then I go outside in, just because the control changes a little bit when it gets tighter. Also, post in general, noise. Take a peek there in just a second. Just get my oh 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 he slipped out of my hands. Almost lost you. Oh man. Okay, I'll take a second here because I'm losing my hand grip. Let me take a general here. Ooh, what is this? Is this the magic stock? Good lord. Whoa, zooming. See Star Wars Trilogy. The bunch of dice. Good lord. Damn. It's a small collection. It's nice. It's nice. Oh, today's orange drink, by the way, is Silver Ice by Rockstar. Baby, baby. Okay, and a little bit more wild red or red, as we're still continuing to use, just to highlight the edges here. Not bad. 20,000 cards. Jesus. That's insane, dude. I almost bought fake Pokemon cards at one point, but I was told immediately to cancel the order. And I was like, I want them for an art project. But I was told to cancel them, so I had to cancel them. I just want, really, the truth is I wanted a guaranteed Charizard, and that was the way to get it. You have 24 commander decks. Jesus. I don't even think we have a full commander deck. Okay, I gotta get some more Wild Rider Red. I'm running out of Wild... Can you guys believe this? I'm running out of Wild Rider Red. Mother of God. Give me a second to count. Just wait till you see, noob. The Commissar has quite a few cards. Take a little off the top here. Oh, you know, this reminds me of is Twisted Metal, the game. I think that's why I like Orc Vehicles so much, is because it just reminds me of Twisted Metal. Eyes, they do have a Mox Cube 3D. Nice. I don't know what a Mox Cube 3D is, or Cub 3D. Sorry. The things I have to say. Is that Mox Diamond? Dun 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 dun. Let me check that out real quick. Ooh, that's nice. Holds 900 cards. Oh shit. Oh, that's cool as fuck, dude. I only have 20. Only 20 what? 20,000 or just 20 cards? I know you have more than 20 cards. I know you have more than 20 cards. I live with you. Not including the start of the side decks. Damn. Nice. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to re-highlight some of these skulls. Oh, Jesus. Oh, jeez. Um, and that's just because the amount of paint that's getting onto the skulls from everything else is just absurd. I'm really glad I at least started them, but my god. We're definitely going to need to clean up some of the areas that we got a little paint on the black, too. Had the rest of the set for 40k and Fallout ones. I had two. Nice. A spell table game? What is a spell table game? What is spell table? Online gaming magic. Oh, sweet. See, I know nothing about Magic or how to play it. I've actually never played Magic. I tried playing with the Commissar once, and she tried so hard to teach me, but I'm a dumb baby. So like the best I could do is like, I think I'm playing this card. Why? I don't know. You set up for camera facing your cards and you just play, oh. They stopped the ache. open my Caesar deck for him. It's true. And I appreciate it. I just also don't understand how to play. I'm an indoor cat, and I'm dumb. I just know how to paint Warhammer. I don't even know how to play 40k yet. I still have to learn. So if anyone has any tips and pointers on how to play 40k as a Chaos Space Marines, I would greatly appreciate it. Now my set isn't sealed. Well, I appreciate it, Commissar. Trust me. I do. I just don't know how to play. And it doesn't seem like enough cards to do anything with, which is really weird. I'd have I'd have to have space for it. I mean, yeah. I mean, you get that table, but it would require a lot of setup. Get the bunny deck for Bloomborough? What the hell is Bloomborough? Scroll away is a nasty precon. I'm assuming precon means pre-configured deck, right? Upgraded and now I regret it. Oh. Using a lot of this Wild Rider Red just on the middle carapace here. Just trying to over-define it a little bit. And we'll, again, catch the middle portion here best we can. Take a little off just so I can catch it a little better. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. I probably won't bother defining the lower portion ones, just because we have the upper ones all defined. We're still doing a lot of cleanup up here, but that's okay, because we have a lot of this to do still. What I will do is come back with my base brush, and I'm noticing I could take a little bit of this red, a little bit of this AK red, and just push it along the edge. I might need a little bit more. And I'll take just a hair and just take some water, thin it out just a hair, just on the wet palette, and just kind of align it along this black, just to blend it a little bit, because the black's a little too defined. And I just want some of that color imparted, but not all of it. I don't want it to be too dark. There we go, just like that. Just moving up and down. Okay, and then a little bit more on the edges here, just because this carapace is a little too dark. I'm just looking to blend them together a little bit. Mothman is in there, but it's still a precon, no upgrade 2 yet. Oh man, this red is really moving really nicely. It's just smoothing out. Here we go, create another fable. Let's just make up. With the shake up. And all I'm doing is just dabbing this red on, and just letting those little dots of the wet red kind of blend in, almost like having like a wet blend, but just dabbing it. Just because dabbing's a lot faster than trying to stroke the paint across. It just gives me a little bit more control. That's all. Zombies in Kalaya have 3 infinite combos. Nice. 3 Marvins. Every deck needs 3 Marvins. Don't forget, we still have to do the teeth here too, so the teeth need a little attention. I just don't know what to do for the teeth quite yet. I've got them blacked out. I might throw a little bit of a darker color on them. I know you're asking how to do darker than black, and the short answer is we're going to take some, what's it called? That Corvus Black. We're just going to edge highlight it. I need to remember to breathe. That's the big thing. I notice you're pulling inspiration from the roaming throne into your mini. What is the roaming throne? There we go. A little bit of red like that, and I'd say pretty well the red's done at this point. Now it's just cleaning up with the black and everything else, and there we go. Ugh, golly. AK red. Now the other thing we do is we can do another edge highlight with a slightly brighter orange, which we might just do. I think you're special. You do. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it. Maybe Troll Slayer orange. It's a little subtler, but it's still pretty bright. We'll just pick out a few little spots that could use it. Now it's a layer paint, but it's a very thin layer paint. So I'm not even going to bother putting it on the wet palette. Then I'm going to pick out some spots here like this. And just catch the edges with it. And maybe along this crooked edge here. My way or the highway. Happy Quinces. Jesus, motherfuck! Scare the shit right out of me. Oh, sorry, Commissary. I wasn't. Oh, you're right. I should be reading chat a little bit more. Happy coincidences. Little subconscious. Jesus. Oh, I'm awake now. Minor heart attack for the day. Jesus. Oh, man. All I'm doing now is just highlighting this a little bit. Just kind of fading it in. The false sense of security because we were all behaving in chat. I thought it was weird you guys were being polite to each other and being nice. But I know now it was a ploy to earn my trust. My favorite card I have is Priscilla Voice of Nightmares. Ooh. That sounds cool. No. No. All I'm doing is just catching along some of these beam pieces, because there are beam-like pieces here. They look like runoff beams. I'm just kind of trying to find them again. Oh, sick. It's an Eldrazi Angel. Ooh. Just a couple little thin layers of this Troll Slayer orange. And all I'm doing is just beating it together. Just pulling towards the edge. The thing is that this paint's very, very thin. You need 2 cards pulled off. Ah. My way or the highway. All I'm doing is just catching the edges here, some of the light. And that's it. Just trying to add some light to this. Take a little bit off, and then just catching the edges here on the head. Just like that. Just to add some orange onto the red. Voice of Nightmare, Single Drop, SLD. Scryfall Magic, nice. I'm over defining the eyes a little bit here. Just that they have some orange. The problem is that this layer paint's so thin. I think it's because they didn't shake it enough. It's probably exactly what it is. No, my luck. And do you want me? Just throwing this orange on. Just trying to over-define it best I can. And all I'm doing is just catching the light best I can. The same base version, but still happy I have it. Nice. I feel like I should be playing Magic. Because there's just some of the card art is really badass. People get nervous when I play the one half of the card. Does anybody know what's going on here? I've no clue what we're talking about right now. I know it's Magic. The card printed across 2 cards. Oh, okay. So if you have one, chances are the other one's coming out. So I'm still edge highlighting here, but it's because there's so many edges. It's like the final boss of edge highlighting.
Lizard.
Lizard. Top or bottom? I like to think I'm a top, but thank you. I'm not really a bottom. Kind of a switch sometimes. Just depends on the mood. But thanks for asking. It's important to communicate. Oh, damn. Tab, this is your fault. Go down, clear the stone of leaves, around where you can see. Inside Michelle. I almost need like a thinner brush. Or a little stubbier brush. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to catch these edges here a little bit. Oh, golly. There's so many edges. A little bit more paint. Jesus. Eldrazi deck, zombies. Nice. Oh, gosh. I gotta comb my brush again. It's just getting full of layer paint. It's really struggling to keep together. Like it's starting to get blown out again. Oh, man. Okay. So I'd say that's good for the orange highlights. I think that looks pretty good there. Now we're going to clean up some of the areas that are black. So I'm going to grab my Abaddon Black, because we need that for some reason I have this. That's Corvus Black. We will need that, but that's not Abaddon Black. Where the hell's my Abaddon Black? There's my Abaddon Black. We need this because we got a little bit of red. Oh, that's my chunky Abaddon. Is there anything in here I can use? Why do I even have this one if I can't use it? Oh, I can. It's still good. It's still good. It's just a little chunky. It's still good. Just like me. I'm a little chunky, but I'm still good. And we're just bringing it back to life on the wet palette. And we only need a little bit just for like one of these. Actually, this one specifically. So you get a little bit of red on it. A little bit more black. Just make sure all the black is clean. Just like that. And that'll just create a nice little smooth transition on it. There we go. That looks good. That looks good. A little bit down here. That looks pretty good there. Now we still have to address these parts down here, but we'll worry about that here in just a second. Because we still need to figure out what color we're going to make it. Oh, I got a little black in my hand here. While that's drying, we're going to take some Corvus Black, which is another base paint. It's slightly brighter than Abaddon Black. Not by much, but just slightly. And the only thing we want to do, well, we want to do a couple things with it. We have to address one of the things, the big kind of elephant in the room here, and we will use Abaddon Black layer 2 for something else, but first we need this Corvus Black, because We're going to throw some on the wet palette here. Because at the bottom here, we had this little piece of machinery that Jesse put on. So the way we're going to address that is we're just going to get this kind of dry and then just blow some of that brown, or not brown, but some of the Carvis black across. And the reason why is because we're still going to have to airbrush some blue onto it. So we just want that base colors to stick. The best way to do that is to edge highlight where the light could go. Not where we know it's going. So I'm just grabbing some more. I'm just going along the edge here. Just like that. And just along the edge there. And then along the edge here. Just so when we airbrush this blue flux, it'll just jump across it. Now we can take some of this Corvus black too, put some more on the wet palette. Grab a lot more upon the wet palette, I guess. And I'm going to close up again because I get yelled at every time I forget to. Thanks, Commissar. Thank you, Commissar. Oh, God, is it going to close up now? Is it going to let me close it? No, of course not. Never get that lucky. What is preventing it from closing? I had a pick. I had a pick that I could use here. I just don't know where it went to. But I do have a little piece of plastic. That could work. Shelf? Let me check the shelf. I don't see it, but what I do have is this. These are just regular clips. So I'm just going to try and pry it out this way. Just to keep it from being... Just to make it so I can close it, I should say. Ah, come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's kind of working. When in doubt, stab. It's advice for life, guys. If you can't get what you want, stab it. Eh. Eh. Come on. Come on. Eh. Why is Surge... Why is this song just tongue twisters? This song is literally insane. I love it. All right, so where we left. Okay, so we're just going to try and highlight best we can. I remember correctly, we had a little bit of brown in here before, and the brown looked really nice. So maybe we'll come back with a brown on some of these like bigger ones. But I think I want to put it on like the bottom portions here where the hooves are. There we go. It's kind of hard to see because the color shift is so subtle. And we still have to do these spines in the back. And the spines in the back, we're definitely going to use this one. No, we're doing just edge highlighting. Just along all the edges. Best we can, at least, because good lord, there's a lot of edges. Good lord, how am I supposed to approach this? There's just no right direction here. Because there's no defined direction. Just a bunch of spines. Spines. I don't know if you guys watch the Amazing Digital Circus, but they're doing a theater release for episodes 8 and 9. Like, super hyped for that. I think I'm actually go see it in theaters. Okay, throw this up here on this side. We'll use some Dawnstone after this just to help highlight the edges. Oh, Deftones. I'm listening to a lot of Deftones lately. I don't know why, but just something about them. And we still have to address the eye too. I think the eye we're gonna put some Turbo Dork on. Now these lower claws, I'm definitely gonna use some more of this Corvus Black, just to make it really subtle. And the same with the teeth on him too. And his upper mandible. I really want these colors just in part, but I want that shine. It's just a lot of under highlights for this. Maybe hard to see, and I apologize if it is. There we go. Again, it's very, very subtle. Extremely subtle. That color shift is just there, just so we know it's present. It's almost like we're deciding ahead of time where the shadows are going to be. Just as a result. Okay, now I need some more Abaddon Black, because I want to address the... I'm not quite done with the upper portion of the body yet. A little bit more black here. And what I'd like to do, ideally, is just clean up some of these areas that got a little black on them. So like up here where it got a little bit of red. And just go around the edge. And just edge highlight with black. How the fuck is Butterfly new metal? Come, come, my lady. Sugar, baby. Come, my lady, you're my lady. So we're just kind of brushing this across best we can. Just kind of throw it inside here. The new terrain rules are super weird. Like, I'm glad that they have, well, I shouldn't say weird, but I'm just really glad they have dimensions now, so I can finally design terrain. Well, objective terrain too, at that. It's so you can have more narrative battles, right? What do we think so far? I like the black that's up here. I'm trying not to overpower it too much, because it's pretty powerful in its own regard. Did Steve-O have his own TV show for a while? Am I crazy? I swear he must have. Crazy. Just adding a little bit of black just on the inside of these little vent holes that he has on the sides of these upper vents. Just to darken them down a little bit. There we go. I wouldn't say it's my best work, but it's pretty good so far. Okay, so Dawnstone. Ugh. Actually, maybe Scavenge Like Dinge is the way to go. Yeah, Scavenge Like Dinge. It's in the mid-gray tones. It'll stop it from overpowering too much. It's got a little bit of like a green gray to it. So I can just kind of gently dance it across. I don't want a lot of it. I just need just a little bit. Oh, actually, it's a layer paint, so I should be using a layer brush for it. Layer brush for it. There we go. We're just going to slide it across his longer spirals here. I don't want it to be too shiny, because shine implies that it's metallic. If it's too metallic, it'll just look like metal. So the goal is to stay away from that sort of space. Break something tonight. Break something tonight. Like a chainsaw. Till your ass raw. Break some fucking face tonight. Give me something to break. Gonna keep with this Scaven Light Dinge. If I put a little bit there, I have to put a little bit up here. Just like that, just to keep it on the edge. Oh gosh. Nice thing about painting like this is that when you get a little bit of a kind of a place to start from, and you know kind of what you want your end detail to be, you can just work towards that. Like, I know I'm not going full metallic on this, I'm just going just along the edges with it. And we still have to find a slightly brighter gray, so the next gray we'll use will probably be, like I said, Dawnstone. But this is a very, very dark gray still. You almost need a couple layers of it just to build up. Oh. Inside my hand is itchy. There. What do I have here? I have Ashen Gray. It's pretty much a little brighter, but it's about the same, so I don't want that. I want a bright one. I want Dawnstone, I think. I keep saying Dawnstone, I should grab Dawnstone. That should be the rule. So if I say it enough, I have to go grab it. We do need snakebite leather as well. Dawnstone. Here we go. Until now the layer paint, thankfully. Oh, it's not open. Now it is. The funny thing about these paints is that they stay closed and they stay separated. Like they're separated if they stay closed. So I'm going to grab some of this Dawnstone here, just get on the wet palette so I can get it thin. And I just want to build up those layers, so I'm just keeping it wet. I just want to pick out a couple little highlight areas here. I'm just using, where I've got the paint near the edge here, I want to move, sorry, it's hard to see, but the paint's near the end here, just where my fingerprint is. Oops. So I'm going to use closer to the throat, and then just pull towards it. And that's just going to help build the non-metallics. That's all I'm really doing is just trying to create that faux edge. There we go. And it's starting to come through now. It's kind of hard to see with the light, so I'm going to try and move the light up a little bit so it's a little bit more even looking. But basically, this is what we're doing, is we're building this... Oh, I know it's hard to see because of this, sorry. Trying to build this, like, non-metallic metal, almost. But we're only building it really on one side. So on the opposite side, we're just going to continue through a little bit, but not much. Just like that. Suffocation! No breathing! Grab a little Abaddon Black and then just drag it back across where we get a little much there. Just keep it nice and sharp. There we go, just like that. A little bit more of that Dawnstone. Again, I'm just using it really, really wet, but not straight from the pot wet. And my reason for it is I really want the layers to be subtle. So I'm hoping that they'll build up really, really sharp. And we're just sliding it across the edges here, just to make it razor sharp. And we're gonna cover it in blood effects anyway, so it's gonna get that a little bit later. But this is kind of the first goal: is this getting it clean. Because we just want to impart the idea that it's sharp. So we use some of the Dawn Stone on the teeth too. Just so they're a little bit more visible instead of just black. Take a little water and just mix it into that Dawn Stone. Just gonna get it real, real thin. And again, that's just because the color's just so thin that we just want the teeth to look sharp. We don't want it to look gray. And that little bit of water is going to help sell that idea. Without us having white teeth. White teeth would be off-putting. It'd be out of character for, you know, for a monster that's been in quite a few battles. And the idea that it keeps coming back to fight is just absolutely amazing. There we go. Putting that in there. Put a little bit up here. Just on the edge of this mandible. And then we'll take a little water. We'll just kind of smooth it out. There we go. Just like that. Do the same thing over here. Just on this side. Take a dry brush. And just dry it straight down. Just so we can create that fade. Take a little bit more. A little bit more than that, actually. Throw it up there, just like that. Am I crazy? Am I still streaming? I must be streaming. There we go. Okay. We need an ad starting in 15 minutes. So if you want to time that, you need to use the bathroom or grab a drink. It's a 3-minute ad. Just as a heads up. You see the teeth coming through, which is really nice. Just going to highlight the edge of these sharp points here. Just so they're completed instead of just edges. Just like that. It's looking good so far. Now we still have to address these under here. So the easiest way to do it, I feel, is we're going to take a little Scavenge Light Dinge. And I'm just going to do the whole side of that. But we're trying to keep it as wet as we can because we want that layer super, super stupid thin. We try not to touch the upper portion of this. And what we're going to do is take some water and take a little bit off, but also kind of mix it around and just push it all the way back and along the edge. And all we're doing here is just looking for the color just to pool. So we have to direct it with the brush a little bit. Just kind of ringing it up to the edge. Keep the edge nice and clean. We notice it wants to flow on its own. So we're just going to work it back and forth a little bit. Just make sure it follows that edge. You can see it actually flowing along. So we're just going to keep it moving. I'm going to clean off my brush real quick, dry it out. Just take some of this paint off the edge, just some of that water. And just keep pulling it back. Just like that. That way we get the edge nice and tight. And I can even take a little more, get it dry, and just fall along that edge. Perfect. I know it doesn't seem like much right now, but we're going to take a little Dawn Stone and try and throw it in as well. If it doesn't work, then we'll figure it out, but so far it's working. So far it's moving. Just getting the paint kind of where we want to move on its own freely. I can use my brush a little bit to scrub it just a hair. Just like that. And that's going to dry into those spaces. So we'll just pull a little bit out. Just not much, but just a little bit. We have to control it, so we have to be methodical. You see, the other side has nothing on it right now, so we're going to take a little bit more of that Skevin-like tinge. And just try and work it along the whole of that under portion of the claw. A little water. And just keep moving it back and forth. And just bring it right to the edge. Just because I want the light to hang out there. And just keep imparting some of that color. As you see it start to dry out, we start to get like a pseudo non-metallic metal, which is all I'm really looking for. I'm just looking to be kind of smooth, but not super smooth. So I'm going to take a little Dawn Stone, get it on the wet palette again, because I want to build a tiny thin layer. And all I'm doing is just using my layer brush, and if I can get this correctly here, just following along this edge. I'll even use my thumb just to clean up just a hair. And because I want the upper portion to be smooth and thin, I'm going to use some of that Abaddon Black again, just to over crisp that edge. There we go. Just like that. Just make it smooth but crisp. There we go. You can see it kind of builds this edge. So I'm going to use that as my reference to how I want something to look. So I'm going to grab that Skevin-like dinge we were using before. And just put it back on the wet palette. And over here, I have to emulate that. So the best way to emulate it is to start with a line, much like we already have. And we're just going to follow along the edge here. And I'll take a little bit more, some water, throw it on here. Get thin. And we'll just work it into the recesses back here. We'll just keep moving it back and forth. Right to the edge. And we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Now this is going to be wet for a little bit, but that's okay. So we kind of knew this going in. Take a little water, throw it in. Just to create this, like, just a solid pool of this Scavenlite tinge. And again, I'm trying to just keep it subtle. So we're just working it along the edge. Take some of this water out. Just using my brush just to pull up some of the water. Just because the brush is good at holding water, right? And while this is still wet, I'll just start pulling it towards the edge. Just like that, so it fills the recesses. It's kind of a wasteful process, but it's giving us all the detail we want. Or at least the detail I'm looking for. So I'm going to take this Dawnstone and just kiss the edge here. And that motion of just going just along it should get us just that kind of bright shot. And all we're doing is just tracing the edge now. And just sliding it around. Just like that. Just on the bottom. And my reason for going just along the bottom here and just following this edge, specifically, is because what I'm looking to do is add browns to the top. So I need a contrasting kind of highlight. Okay, so now I've done that. We've done it on one side. We can do it on another side. Not a big deal. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just needs to be edge highlighted. And we'll even do this one down here too. Just like that. It's not pretty, but we can always clean it up. Take a little water and a dryer brush, and then just pull it back and forth. Towards one end, I guess. And up towards the other end. Take a little bit more of that Dawnstone. Ooh, that's real bright. And just smoothly pull that brush across. And we missed a little bit over here, but we'll come back and find this now. And all I'm using is just my Citadel layer brush here. Layer brush. We're just sliding it back and forth. I know some of you guys use some pretty interesting brushes. I've seen people use like automotive paint brushes, which is interesting too, and like Walmart ones. How do we feel about synthetic versus hair? Let's see. Okay. There we go. We have an ad break starting in 5 minutes if you guys need a break. Just gonna catch these little spines on the back of his legs. And all I'm doing is just adding a little bit of highlighting with this Dawnstone. We're just gonna catch these back spines as well. Just real tight. Because there's not a lot of area to them, so we want it razor sharp along these. Again, a lot of this is trust the process kind of moments. Does it feel like me like you do? Is it on me? I think I've heard this cover before. There we go. So I got my Dawnstone on there. I got my Egyptian Gray. We're going to address the eye now, the single eye. And the way we're going to do this, I'm going to grab my base brush. And I'm just going to make sure there's enough black on that eye. Just to make sure it's black, real dark. Actually, while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to take a slightly brighter color here. Maybe I'll grab some Palace White Flesh, which is just a layer paint. We'll do the teeth real quick. I have to shake it again because now it's open. There we go. Looks like it's already dried out a little bit. It's kind of funny. Grab a little bit of that Palace White Flesh, put on the wet palette. And now we've got the teeth grayed out. I could just take a little bit and... I know we are painting teeth white, but you're going to see why here in just a second. Grab a little water. Grab a little bit more paint. Throw it into that mix. We're just going to impart it onto the teeth in some thin layers. Just going to keep pushing around. Take a little bit of that white off because it's just too thin. And all I'm doing is just kind of moving it back and forth across it. There we go. We have an ad starting in 20 seconds if you need to run. use my brush here, just take it off. There we go. Take some more of that white. We're just going to do the other side for the bottom set of teeth, as well as the upper portion that just missed it a little bit. God, too wet. Take some of that water out. It's just a little too thin. Yeah, I'm really struggling with this color, this pale white flesh. There we go. And the reason why we start with gray to go to this color is because it makes it easier than putting white straight over black. So you put white over black, you'll just never get the color. But if you start with gray first, over top of the black, you can put the white on really easily. I'm going to put this on some of the teeth as well. As part of the highlight. And the reason why I'm putting it as part of the highlight is because we're going to hit some skeleton horde. Just got to be careful with these teeth just to make them sort of defined. The teeth look pretty good. So now we can take our... Actually, let's use snakebite leather. Let's see what that looks like on the teeth. Oh yeah, it's real dark. And we'll use... Oh no, it's stuck. We'll use this glaze brush once I get the red out of it. A little snakebite leather here. We'll just throw just a tiny bit on the teeth. Makes the teeth real dark, like brown. Just a little bit more for the lower portion of the teeth. And any of the teeth I missed. There we go, just like that. And then what I'll do is I'll take a little water here and we'll just kind of scrub the teeth of hair. Just because I want that color at the bottoms. I'm just going to keep scrubbing those teeth. Welcome back, watchers. Just going to keep scrubbing those teeth. This is working really well, actually. Fight those cavities, exactly. If you can't brush the teeth, just paint them. Just keep moving them. There we go. Just keep sliding that paint across. Take the little bristle out. Just keep sliding that white across. A little bit more up here. Just like that. I think that looks pretty good there. A little bit more on the inside, maybe. Now we're going to do some tricks. Actually, we're going to airbrush first, then we'll do some tricks. Now we still have to address the skulls, but we're going to airbrush first because it's a little easier just to get that out of the way. And then we'll come back and use Flame on Flesh on the skulls that get painted over. So I'm going to start by turning on my airbrush. Actually, I'm going to start by connecting my airbrush and letting the tank fill. That way I can actually use it. There we go. Go ahead to work. No worries, man. Take your time. And I'll see you soon. And also, praise the Emperor. Be safe. And take care. And if you can, try to take care of somebody else. Also, I apologize. I've been very heavily invested in this. I'm going to take a little of this Blue Flux by Army Painter. I'm going to shake it up first, just so it's nice and smooth for the airbrush. I don't need much, just need a little bit. And my reason for it, before we get into our final details here, is there's this little spot down here. Just make sure my airbrush is set up correctly. All I'm doing is adding blue highlights here. And all I'm doing is just taking some blue here and just trying to pass the light around. I don't want to commit it too much. And the reason why I want it, getting some blue in my hand here, is because the base here has a little blue marker on it. So I just want that blue kind of coming up. So I really want that blue kind of hanging around near the base. Filthy Xenos, Nerd Outpost, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. We're painting some blue around the edge of our OLE One Eye here. Just being super light with our colors. There we go, just like that. We don't need a lot, we just need to be super subtle. Just so when we look at it, it'll look like that. So it's just a little hint of color coming through. How you doing today, nerd? Just make sure it's in the right spot, so when I glue it down, it'll be solid. There we go, just like that. Perfect there. I'm fine. How about you? I'm doing good, man. I'm having a great day, actually. Better than Sunday. Sunday was a kind of a write-off for me. Sunday, I don't think I was all the way here, for the most part. Well, Sunday night, I should say. I was playing with a lot of solvents and glue Sunday, so that was interesting to say the least. Speaking of glue, we're putting some CA glue on here, just some cyanoacrylate. We're just going to hold him down a little bit. And actually, I'm going to take a little bit more glue and just play it along the edge here. And I'm going to do my old trick of just blowing on it a little bit. So one sec here, just while I pick this up. And the reason why I blow on it is because the glue allows it to slide through. I just need that to hold. So I could grab some Bob Smith, but it would dry too quickly. I want a subtler dry. Which I know sounds weird in hindsight, but a subtler dry just means it's going to dry slower. I'm going to take a little Q-tip here and just drag this across. Now we still have to paint the skulls, so I haven't forgotten about that. But I just wanted him based for now. We still have to clean up the trim a little bit too. But this is the first part. Getting this part on is going to be like 90% of the effort. While we're here, we can actually do a little bit more blue. Kind of hard to see, but just sneak it in. There we go. And what I'll do is there's a little bush in there, and the bush I'm going to paint the tips white again. Try not to rock this a little bit. Trying to just get the glue to stick. Oh, gosh. Does not want to stick. Problem is the model is just a little too big for what I got on here. I almost need to pin it. Which I'm afraid to pin it. I just finished putting together the Chaos Land Raider this morning. Nice! Man, Land Raider's really badass. Do you have any, like... Got any progress pics that you want to share? That you're willing to share? Give me a second. Sweet, 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 sweet. While you're doing that, I'm going to clean up my airbrush. Just going to use one of my fake goldens here to scrub it a little bit. We're listening to some new metal today as well. I'm going to grab a little airbrush cleaner. If I can find it. Found my airbrush medium. Found the medium, but I can't find the cleaner. Oh, there it is. Airbrush cleaner. Found it. Found it, found it, found it. Use the arm here airbrush cleaner. Just a lot easier to use. Couple little dollops in there. Just like that. Just going to take the same brush from before. Just work it back and forth across the tip. Around the outer rim too. And I just spray a little through. And then I'll just throw some here. Run a little water through. Then turn off the airbrush. And then the nice thing about airbrush that I just learned recently is I could just unscrew the airbrush. Just release all the air that way. It's like a 2-second cleanup, which is nice. I did get a little bit of CA glue on my hand here, so I'm just going to take some acetone and a piece of paper towel and just shake the acetone against the paper towel a couple times. And all I'm going to do is just clean up my finger that got the glue on it. There we go. Ooh, it's still my finger. That's fun. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die. And I'm just kind of keep scrubbing off my finger here. Not much left. Nice thing is that with the paper towel, it comes off relatively easily. There we go. Put my water back. Now I can disassemble my airbrush real quick. This isn't a necessary step every time, but it just makes me feel better. We're still waiting for that glue that's on the little guy here to dry. All I do is pull out the airbrush. Oh yeah, see, it needs to be cleaned. And I could just run, if I can, because it's a little wobbly looking. Just run this all the way through. There we go. Now the needle itself needs a little work. Post it. Perfect. Thank you. I'll take a peek. Just going to clean off my airbrush real quick. Just clean off the needle. Shouldn't need to clean the needle very often, but I do, just for good sake. Good measure, I guess. There we go. Just like that. Put it back on. Get the cap. Pull it on, put the other cap back on, just like that. And the cap is on. Make sure the top part's good. Looks fine. Put my airbrush back. And it is good. All right, let me take a peek. Just because we're waiting for glue to dry. Progress pictures. Ooh. Dude. Ah. I love the little dude hanging at the top with the Imperial Fist logo. This is so sick, dude. Oh, shit. Ooh, the front opens too. Holy shit. Is that for disembark charges now? Also, I really dig having these like additional claws in the front. That's so sick. It's so rad, dude. So this guy should be kind of dry by now, so I'm going to assume he's mostly dry. Looks like he's kind of dry. So I'm going to take a little edge highlight color here. The color I want to use is a blue. So I'm going to go to my blues. And I'm going to grab this Thousand Suns blue. And I'm also going to grab some blue horror while I'm here too. The reason why I want the blue horror, which we'll use next after the Thousand Suns blue. So I want this Thousand Suns blue. It's a little different blue. Actually, it's a very completely different blue. I'm going to grab a base brush. Oh, that's not a base brush. Where's my base brush? Oh no. Oh, it's right over here. And I'm not going to put on a wet palette or anything. I'm just going to grab it just the way it is. And then just gently edge highlight just along the edge of this panel. Just because it's just bright enough to catch it. Same with along the edge of his claw here, which I know is very hard to see. But I just want that blue edge highlight there. Ah. All I'm doing is just kind of dry brushing that Thousand Suns blue across it. Red Courser's shoulder pad. Also, I took, oh, my apologies, 30k rounded dozer blades. Nice, and cut them in the sides front of the door so they open. Damn. I really gotta buy some, like, Horus Heresy stuff. Because it's just some really badass looking, like, pieces that you can pull from it. So I'm just using more of this Thousand Suns blue. And all I'm doing is just keeping it thin. Thin enough. Ooh. Glue's coming through. And then just dragging it along like a chunky highlight. Ah, frig. My hand keeps getting stuck to the bottom. Jesus. It's because that CA glue. Oh my god, my fingers are stuck to everything. What the fuck? Oh, I almost tried to shake an open paint. That would have been fun. I'm going to grab this layer paint, which is just blue horror. And all I'm going to do is just edge highlight the best I can without getting myself stuck to it. Just like that. I used the gunner from Heresy vehicle upgraded for it as well. Nice. I was wondering, like, where the guns came from. There we go. Got the blue horror. I'm sorry, I need just a second here because my fingers are still sticking to the base. So I'm gonna pull some off with a little bit of acetone here. I also scraped off every single Imperial Eagle off it. I didn't know there was Imperial Eagles on it. I got the paint off, but I just need the actual plastic to come off my fingers. Why is this? There we go. There we go. Now my desk is coming apart. I think he's glued correctly now. Without putting too much glue. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Ah! I keep getting stuck to him. Oh my god. This glue is everywhere. How big is that rhino? Because it's 30K, but it's huge. Like, it's massive. I'm also going to wait for that CA glue to dry, because I thought it was, but it's not, as it turns out. Let me take a look at that picture again, because that scale looked crazy. And this is, I can see where you put the chaos bits on, which I'm really, like, super pumped about. I also like that, like, this part opens up. It's almost like you could, like, mechanize it. So you get, like, an opening gate on both ends. It's just so badass, dude. Damn. You're gonna have a shit ton of fun painting that, I swear. I gotta get into kit bashing. That's one thing I'm lacking on with skill is kit bashing. I can base okay, I'm pretty good at painting, but I've never kit bashed anything. I've got a little turbo dork here. And I want to use some because it's this blue to purple shift. I've heard you can, like, just brush it on. And I tried last time and it was, like, super crazy thin. So I'm going to try it again. It's almost like a car paint with how thin it goes on. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put over top the eye. I've been eyeballing TurboDoc stuff for my Emperor's Children. It's really smooth. Like, we used it on the, ooh. Here it goes over top of the black. I don't know if I'm supposed to thin it or not, but it looks like it's self-leveling. Wonder if I just move the light around. So the stuff I'm using is called Wavelength by TurboDork, which is purple to blue shift. So I'm hoping that's the effect I'm going to get. While I get this sitting up here, I'm also going to grab some Abaddon Black. Using my base brush. I'm just going to do the rim. So I posted a size comparison pic for you. Thank you. And yes, the Rhino is from a 30k Iron Warriors army. Nice. I'm using a very dried out Abaddon Black here. We might need a second coat of that Turbo Dork, by the looks of it. I'll take a peek of that pick in just a second there. Just want to make sure that this guy was getting a little bit of a basing done. Thank you, by the way. Holy shit! Yeah, this thing's fucking huge by comparison. Also, nice paint job on the Iron Warriors. Jesus. Yeah, he could almost fit like a whole Marine in him just by himself. Good lord. I would almost, if I had one of these, I'd almost want to like kit bash some Marines just like idling inside or like sitting down. That'd be so sick. Just like sitting on some benches. Can I get any more Abaddon Black out of this? Oh, a little bit. I think he's glued now. Okay, he's glued enough to the base so I can actually hold him to work on the base. All I'm doing is just adding a bunch of this Abaddon Black around the trim. Just to make it cleaner. Looks like the side weapons are the front spots and doors and the side rear spots. There's always a debate in my group back when it mattered of weapon ranges and disembarking. I think so, yeah, like, I think it matters where you disembark from, right? Well, maybe it doesn't in 11th now. Maybe it doesn't matter where you disembark from. As long as you disembark, I think it's 6 inches from the vehicle. It doesn't matter where you come out of. They kind of made it more like an RTS now. Now, normally this would be the last thing we do, but we're doing it first before we clean up the skulls. Just to break up the monotony of it. Back in my day, you had to measure from doors when disembarking, but I think multiple positions just from the hull. Yeah, I think it's just from the hull now, especially in 12th or 11th. Sorry, not 12th. I don't know why I said 12th, but 11th. So when it comes to the Land Raider GW, it doesn't really say which is correct because they have photos of guns being up front and the doors from behind them, but then they also have pictures of the guns in the back and the doors in the front of them. Yeah, it's kind of like just the edge of the vehicle now. Like you could just sit there and have like a. That's why I have a Demon Prince that's just a base, because it doesn't really matter which way they're facing now. It's sort of just here's the thing, and we just measure from the edge. The weapons ranges were from the actual guns. Many editions ago. Ah, okay. It's funny. I was talking to my local Games Workshop like manager not long ago, maybe a year or so ago, and I was like, "Doesn't it matter where like everything is?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's the old world stuff, like the old times it used to matter, but not anymore." I was like, "Okay." I think we might need a second layer of the turbo door because it's just kind of a subtle blue. I think it. Well, maybe we would just like it the way it is. Better question is, do we need a yellow eye? Because it's a Tyranid, right? And I don't know if they have that like slitted eye. Weapon ranges from the actual guns many editions ago. Yeah. I think I'm going to go with an Averland Sunset if we're going to try that eye. Oh god, it's like chunky. Oh my god, open up. There. Oh, is it dry? It shouldn't be dry. Why would it be dry? What the fuck? Why would it be dry? Let me get rid of that little dry bit of the Averland. You tell I haven't used it in a while. So I put them in front, just like how the 30k Land Raiders Spartans are, because I have 3 of those, and I've gotten used to the guns up front. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I suppose if you're familiar with shooting from the front exclusively, then it makes sense. I think now it's just measured from the middle of the hole, so you can kind of just scum it a little bit. Like, you could drive, theoretically, you could drive backwards across the whole battlefield. Oh, I touched the black I just put on. Mother of God. Excuse me. So I'm just going to grab a little Averland Sunset here. And I'm going to try and paint, best I can at least, a single strip. Oh god. How does the eye look? How does the eye look? Or does it have an eye? Because usually the eyes are like on the sides, and so they're slitted, so it's a lot easier. Maybe if I just impart a little bit of yellow. Primarily a Heresy player. I'm not familiar with modern 40k. Ah, okay. I'll just try like that, and we'll call it an eye. We'll just point it straight down. And what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of water and just slide it across. Just like that. So he's just got like a blue eye. And actually what I'll do is I'll take a little... How do I want to define this? Because he's got a yellow eye now. Maybe I could take some snakebite leather and just throw it over top. Guns in front spots always made most sense to me. So you're not blasting a last cannon into troops that are piling in and out. But always a debate many years ago. To my knowledge, it doesn't matter in any way for 40k. The last time I played 40k was 7th edition. Oh, I think 11th's gonna be my first version of 40k. Ooh, I kind of like that. Keep over top of all the turbo dork that we just put on. Maybe just not around the edges. Okay, now we gotta address these skulls. Yeah, I would say that makes sense, Ted. Like you wouldn't be firing through your own troops. That's kind of crazy. But to that point as well, I mean, it seems like it just doesn't matter anymore. Actually, before I do the skulls, I'm going to take some of the snakebite leather and just do along the edges of this black and just drag it forward. Take a little water, and then just thin it out. I actually want less than I've got on it right now. I want a lot less than I've got on it right now because I want it to fade to black. I could be using contrast medium to get this thinner, but figured I'd just use water. Gonna look for a bit. I'm gonna put together my 20 trader guard. Right on. We'll be here. I'll let you know when there's commercials and stuff too, that we can keep up to date on stuff. Take a little bit more of this off. Take a little water. Just slide it in. We are. Just adding, just making it dirty with that snakebite leather. And I'm just gonna put some on these upper portions of the mandibles. And then down the edges. Just so it browns out a little bit. Ah. Ah, I got glue on my thumb again. Son of a gun. Kind of a... God damn it, this glue is still sticky. Motherfucker. I keep sticking my fingers to the fucking model. The brown might have done kind of the opposite of what we were aiming to do. But I think I'm committed to it now. Just using just a little bit here. Just a tiny bit of this contrast snakebite leather. Just a little bit more. See, the problem with snakebite's a really dark color. So in terms of contrast paints, it's like crazy dark. A little bit more on this side. There we go. He's looking pretty sick right now. So now the next part is the skulls. We finally address these skulls. My God, we've been sitting here looking at the skulls for forever. It's time to work on them. And they're gonna pop really fast. So Flay One Flesh. Back on the wet palette we go. One sec, I gotta check my phone real quick. Okay, I'm just waiting for a package and it just hasn't come yet, so I'm just keeping an eye out to make sure it's coming soon. I'm gonna put a Flay One Flesh on the palette here. Clean it, close back up again. Try and get it thin, because we don't need a whole lot. We just need just enough to work on what we have currently. I'm going to try and gently hold this and not get glue on my fingers again. We're going to go over some of the skulls that we did earlier. And we can actually highlight some of the other stuff here too. Well, just while we're here. It's a little Flay One Flesh probably couldn't hurt along here. I can actually do around some of the edges here. All I'm doing is just highlighting some of his skin while I'm here. And the skulls. And we're just fixing up the skulls, but also highlighting, like I said. Follow Just because he needs the highlights. We're not going to do under his carriage here because we have some of that blue on it already. And any highlights there will just help us remove that beautiful blue color. So we're just working around the skulls that are just hanging out on the arms and whatnot. I pray. Eventually I'll get into 30k stuff. I've been just walking by it every time I'm in the Warhammer store, and I'm like, maybe today, nah. Maybe today, nah. And I keep wanting to play it, but I don't know enough people in the city where I'm in that want to play Horus Heresy. We're Canada Space Marine. Hey, Fallen Jinx. How's it going? We have him here. Give me just a second. I'll do this. I'll do boop. And now there. Oh, where'd my head go? Oh shit. Where's my head? Where's my head? Oh no, where's my head? Is that my head? Nope. Is that my head? Hold on. Is that my head? Nope. Where's my head? Oh wait, I know where my head is. One sec. Filters. There's my head. There we go. Ah. You mean take your head away? We were just changing it up for a little bit. The commissar was saying that she kind of liked when I did the focus thing to the non-focus thing. So I was like, well, we'll try it the other way for a stream and see what happens. See if it's any different. But we have the Canadian Space Marine here. Yeah. I'm just repainting some of these skulls right now. What happened was we painted over some of them by mistake, so we're just repainting what we can. How'd the rest of your stream go on Saturday? I'm sorry I had to leave. I had stuff I had to take care of. I don't want to dictate your mom. That's all good, man. Was an interesting one. Oh? I heard you're doing some FAFO, some fuck around and find out. How'd that turn out? Still have an idea. I still have no idea what I'm doing, but for some reason I'm a good path. That's good. That's how you learn to play these games, is when you have no idea, you do much better somehow. I don't know why. Playstyle. Ah, okay, gotcha. That's how it works, right? Is if you have no idea how you're supposed to play it, you have no preconceived notions of doing it wrong, so you just get better. It's kind of like how I play and how I do most things. It's like I'm playing Slaves to Darkness in Age of Sigmar right now, and people are like, "That's one of the hardest armies to play," and I'm like, "I have no idea if it's hard or not, so I'm just playing it. I'm losing a lot, but I have no idea how to do good, so I'm just playing." You can't get better if you don't start, right? So like I told the NPC to piss off, and it was a recommended option based on my character heritage. So I guess you're doing fine. 100%. That's hilarious. Just telling an NPC like, piss off. That's awesome. See, like I said, that's how you know you're doing something right. Is when you get extra like voice options. Kind of just dry brushing this like flayed one flesh across the skulls here too, just while I'm here, just to give it some extra definition. We have some of these painted with it, but at the end I got the first taste of full send. Nice. Full send really is the way to play games, man. I swear. The last hour of stream was still a win one battle. Nice. That is absolutely full send. Just fuck it. We're going for it. And then called it quits. Gets so far and you're like, I'm winning. And then you just give up. Don't need to be here anymore. We're good. Oh, I love it. That's awesome, Jinx. Did you find? Oh, that's what I was going to ask you too. Is did you find a lot of your viewers were like German or were they like mostly English? Just kind of rose steadily and kept at it. Nice. Mainly English speaking. Oh, okay. I suppose Rogue Trader and like a lot of the Warhammer games are like primarily in English, so that makes sense. Oh man, these skulls take forever to paint. They took me forever the first time, but the second time around they take almost longer because I have to be careful now. Like 3 viewers were German, but even them joined the English chat, so I guess it's good. Hell yeah. The nice thing is that by being the streamer who speaks both languages, you can translate anything maybe they don't understand between each other. You get to be kind of like the host of like a really cool party where everyone just wants to hang out. That's sort of what I like about streaming is that like I get to host kind of the table where everyone like hangs out and just paints, and so I get to kind of dictate if we're like having a bad day or a good day. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Some days I come in and I'm just like, we're having a bad day, guys. Sorry. Thankfully, it's not very often though. Oh man. Imagine starting streams. You're like, we're just gonna suffer today, guys. That's it. We're all gonna just put on our unhappy pants and poop. So yeah, the next stream will be part 2 of the fight, and I might do a poll or something to guess how often I'll die. That would be a good idea. I really need to start using these channel points. I gotta start using them as like, am I gonna finish the model or whatnot? But I mean, people know we're kind of in here for like a 2 or 3 stream kind of deal with these models. Just because the amount of detail on these is crazy. And certainly with this model, this is Jesse's model. Jesse's model is just so much effort because there's just so many like pieces to it, which I appreciate. But like, mother of God, Lord Solar took a lot less time. By the way, we have an ad starting in 4.5 minutes. So if you need a break or you need, actually, I'll say it this way because I think there's a little bit of a delay. We have an ad starting in 4 minutes. So if you need a break or need to use the bathroom or need to get a snack, it'll be a 3-minute ad. Part of Twitch's commitment to keeping Twitch alive. So best way to avoid those ads is to, do all the usual steps, whatever those usual steps are. But I would highly recommend just coming back in a couple minutes when you're when you're ready. For now, though, I'm just going to keep painting these skulls because they take the most amount of time. And then after we're done with them, we're just going to hit them with some skeleton horde, just because that's kind of the easiest recipe to paint skulls. Is flavored flesh and then skeleton horde. Makes them look gross, makes them look old, kind of gives them the fun little bits. The one who gets right would be a 3-month sub or something. That'd be cool. That's a really cool idea. I should start offering stuff like that. But they have to be spot on. Can you imagine that? Like, how many gifted subs would it take to be like, that's a good question. It's like, and you could do the inverse too. It could be like 10 gifted subs or 5 gifted subs and I make this decision kind of thing. Permadeath speedrun. 5 gifted subs and I kill myself right here. Oh god, okay. We're almost done the skulls. We've repainted them a bunch this like base color of Flame and Flesh. Why do they make guard-sized miniatures more than 5 parts? Why? Yeah, I know, right? When the community gets bigger, I might. And I have no idea why they did them so weird. They really did them dirty for the guard. Trust me, I know. I'm an expert. I need Abaddon Black. Just because I painted over one of the vents a little bit. Oh, golly. Oh. Damn, I touched the bush. Jesus. A little bit of black around the edge here, around the rim. A little bit more on here. There we go. You know, I've been meaning to do there, Jinx, is I'm going to take a minute here once this takes a second to dry. Or once we get to a spot where we get to dry. Just wanted to make sure I've got no more extra skulls here that I missed. Doesn't look like I missed any, as far as I can tell. Unless you guys can see a skull I missed. I think we got all the skulls. Okay, so we're going to let that dry for a minute here. Save me! When I was in high school, this was the hottest song. Everyone who wore black knew every lyric to this song. I mean that seriously. It was the craziest thing. Oh shit, how do I do variables here? I'm learning how to do variables with stuff. Ooh, Stream Elements AI chatbot. Wait, do I have a quote? Hold on. I still know the lyrics? Nice. If I do this, and I do... Is that going to work? Aha, okay. So that kind of works. I'm going to do this, though. Nice. 2i, 2i. No worries, no worries. Um, can find them here. And then do this. TV slash fallen under Jinx, and then this. So now if I do this command, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. Yay! I'm just scraping some glue off my hand here. I was trying to give people channel points at one point. I had cheat codes I was trying to make work, and I just couldn't make them work. Because we have gambling, so it's like, if you're interested in doing roulette, we have roulette. And we also have slots. Actually, I should put them in the channel name. Or not channel name, but the channel description, I guess. I have 0 points. Oh. One sec. Let me edit the channel description here. Edit stream info. I still haven't fixed the lurk thing yet. That one's still on my list. Because every time I use it, it's like the user.time online. Hold on, maybe I got the wrong thing. Maybe it's not time in chat, it's just time online. Keep on breaking the stream tower. Hold on. Maybe I can fix that. Variables. That's what I'm looking for. Get user dot time online rank, last seen, last active, last level. Time online is really weird. Total time his user has spent watching the stream. Oh, it's the whole time he spent watching the stream, not the session. Oh. So that's all time altogether. Okay. So I could just modify that to be, it's just browsing, thanks anyway. There we go. So now if we try lurk, it should say this. I greatly misunderstood how it worked. Ooh, time. What is time? Time zone, time until, ooh, okay. So I could do time until, and then do time until 1900. Nah, it doesn't work that way. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Erg. I do set tile, set game, set ender, sender. No Zelda today? She busy? The commissar is getting ready for work as far as I knew. She was supposed to work at... Oh, no, she's supposed to work at... Oh my god, that's coming from the song. I thought... I was like, am I hearing things? Is the door fucked? What happened? Oh my god. Oh, Jesus, that scared the shit out of me. God damn it, they know who their audience is. Gonna call? No worries. We'll be here. The nice thing now is that this guy is dry. And we got all the highlighting done so far, so now I can take some Skeleton Horde, which we had right in front of us. And I've got some Earthshade as well that we'll end up using. Where's my Skeleton Horde? Where's my Skeleton Horde? Uh-oh. Where's my Skeleton Horde? Uh-oh, where's my Skeleton Horde? Shit. Redclin Flesh Shade, that's a pretty good color. Brown Oxide. Blood Angels, Contrast. Mortician Grime. Griff Rider. Contrast. Oh my god, where is it? I had Skeleton Horde up here. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to take my Skeleton Horde now. And then take... my STC brush, and just gently brush over top of all the skulls. Just the skulls, though. And all I'm doing is just covering just the skulls with it. Just gonna take all this color. A little bit more. Put some more here. Just along all these skulls, just to darken the skulls down. And then we have a couple more skulls, and we're done the skulls. There we go. A little bit along here. There we go. Just missed a little bit here. And then one skull. There we go. Okay, now the last part of this puzzle is I need some Uhu glue, so I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab some. Okay. Where's my ooh glue? Oh no, where's my ooh glue? Commissar. Yeah. I thought it was in the adhesives.
It's in the adhesives.
Because here's all the adhesives. I thought it was in there, but I just didn't see
It's
it.
a tube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in there.
I might have used it at one point earlier.
I assure you, it is in there. I did see it. I put it in there.
Okay. Yep. I see you, Jinx. I'm coming back. Looking for my oohoo glue. Which I thought I had the handy. It should have been here. No, I didn't. No. Keep eating. I'm gonna find it.
I'll find it.
Okay. Oh my, like I probably moved it. Noob's back. Hey, buddy. How's it going? You working? How about you, lads? Hey, Trio Sean. What's going on, buddy? I'm just, Commissar and I are trying to find my oohoo glue. Uh, just chilling right now. Nice. What are you guys up to? Just big chilling? Commissar? It's okay. I will find it. Thank you.
It probably got used and moved somewhere else.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. Have you interest in learning tabletop? Ooh. Here's John. If I'm not mistaken, that's you're talking about the uh, RPG that you run. Also, if you got to do cereal ranch, use Lighthouse Ranch. It's in the fridge section. It's a lot thinner. Interesting. You know, it's. I totally forgot it was even on the screen. Chupa Batman and I were laughing about one day, and it just became a thing. And so I've just been laughing at it ever since. And I just have forgotten it was there. Oh no! Our table. It's broken. uh, at least that guy didn't fall over all the way, so that's good. There we go. Saved him. I saved them. We were thinking Hidden Valley Ranch. Hidden Valley Ranch. With maybe Fruit Loops. But obviously the person that donates that much can, or the person that hits us at that 50 mark can help decide. There's my sanding sticks. Right now I'm just trying to find Uhu glue. Isn't it a sin? We clean everything up and I just lose track of everything. Just like a real professional. I'm not sure you can get Lighthouse Ranch in Canada. At least not in the Alliant provinces. Is it good ranch? Because, like, I've recently gotten into ranch with pizza. Like, and that's kind of my new thing. And it's just weirdly good. Well, we may not be able to do the Uhu glue this stream. It may have to be either done off stream or just next stream. But this is where we landed so far with OLE One Eye. I feel like we've gotten a lot done with him so far today. Like he's pretty well at the point where he's done, I want to say. The only thing left to do now is cut the peg off this guy and attach him to him. Or not to him, but to the base somewhere here. Which I think is the last thing I'm going to do. Since I can't find the Uhu. Just like that. I'll grab a little CA glue. We gotta find a good place for him though. I think just down here is good. But then means putting a little bit of blue around him. I mean, I could just dry brush a little blue along the side, which I might do. Let's do that, and then we'll glue him down. Be a good time for us to use this deep blue by AK. So let's see how this looks. I'm gonna shake some out here. Put it on the wet palette. And I'll just grab my little dry brush here. Take some, work it into the wet palette a little bit, and then dry it out. And then we're just gonna gently rub it across the side of our termagant here. And that way, now that we have him, just like that, when we glue him down, you'll get all that delicious blue color. I kind of like the idea of like, ooh, of OLE One Eye being this like almost like a mother termagant. Which I think would be really cool. And this would be the last bit that we do on him for now, besides start adding blood effects. So let me just find a good spot here to throw him on. I think right there is good. Just kind of push him down in. And that should hold him. There we go. That way he's glued on. So we got a little termagant that goes with OLE One Eye here. And now he needs some blood effects as well, which is the other thing. So I've got some effects paints here by the Army Painter. So the effects paints I have are dry blood, which I like that. And he doesn't need rust. But we'll go with the dry blood. And then I've got also blood for the blood god, so we can use some of that as well. This would be where I'd use some Uhu glue on top of this, but it's fine. Now the way we use these effects by the Army Painter is with the wet palette. So what's new with you, John? Are you streaming today? So I'm going to take my base brush here, grab some of that dry blood effects from the wet palette, and then just kind of dab it on. And just be kind of keep dabbing it just so it looks bloody everywhere. And all we're doing is just stabbing it in. A little bit more of that blood effects. I'm just going to keep dabbing it on. Just going to keep dabbing it on both of them. I'm just not going to be too particular about this side. Just keep it right near the edges. And even a little bit on the mandibles here. And all I'm doing is just moving along. Just dabbing it on. We'll throw some on the teeth as well. And then once we find our Uhu glue, we'll give him some strings between his teeth. I got on the bus, and before I could sit down, the bus ripped off. Jesus, are you okay, Commissar? I'm gonna give him blood on just his right claw, but not his left claw. I'm just gonna keep dabbing on this blood A little higher and higher. Just to build up that effect. Now I can grab some blood for the blood god, which is a fresh blood. Honestly, going to be really slow getting off the bus, or I might end up like One Eye. Jeez. Yeah, fair point. Because he's speeding? Is he speeding? Jesus. Doesn't really surprise me. They've been off their game like all day, like especially with the construction that's going on uptown. Like it's crazy. Good old Static X, the only one is a good song. Exactly. I love Static X, man. It's so bad that Wayne Static's dead. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this stuff, which is UV paint, UV resin. Even though he's ahead, yeah. I'm only 10 minutes early to stop. Jeez, that's crazy. You're already 10 minutes early. Yeah, you're gonna be way ahead for work then. So here's the plan, and we're gonna make this work or try. We're gonna plug in our UV light. It's not a super high power UV light, but we're gonna plug it in. And I'm gonna take this UV resin. I'm gonna put some in a little dish, or just on like a piece of paper or something. Because what I want to do is I want to dab it on, have it drip off. But to do that, I need it to uh, go on slowly, and I can't use the edge of the bottle to do it. So I think what I'm going to do, he's not in service now, so he's definitely trucking off first break. Exactly. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this UV resin and just put it on this little Q-tip. And then I'm going to just start letting it drip off. I need a lot more UV resin than that. Skewer? I could use a skewer, maybe. I'm just trying this this way first. But I just need to keep adding a lot more. And what I could even do is even put a little bit just on it itself. Come on, freeze in place. Okay, that could be big. Ooh, it might be freezing correctly. It's frozen. Okay, I need a little paper towel because I got some resin kind of everywhere. I'm just going to keep that resin light underneath it, the blue light. And what we're going to use that for is we're going to paint it with blood effects after it's dried. Which it shouldn't take very long to dry if I'm right. I'm going to turn my light off here. That might help it a little. My eyes, I'm sorry. That should be a little nicer. Coffee time? Hell yeah. Oh, I need a coffee. I should get a coffee. Let's see, is this solid now? If I take my brush and just gently nudge the back. Okay, it's solid. Good. Perfect. We did what we set out to do. So now I can take this off the edge here, clean up the rest of the resin that's spilt down. Get rid of it. Now I put my resin away. I can grab my blood for the blood god, which I have right here. And I could take my base brush, gently dab over top of it. There we go. So now I can keep dabbing it on, and that should allow it to just settle like that. Holy shit. So now we have a dripping blood droplet just at the end. We get some really nice blood texture around the rest of these. Lizard. Oh, Jesus Christ. Scared the shit out of me. Ah. God damn it, Commissar. Ah. Oh, I think I know where my Uhu glue is. One sec. I think it's with the orcs. It's not with the orcs. Golly. Jiminy Jillikers. I really need to keep it with the effects paints instead of just wherever. I got a bad habit of doing that. Where I'm just like, it's good there. And then walking away from stuff. Every time. You know, wherever it is, it's probably dry by now anyway. Oh, my luck. But we'll come back to that tomorrow. I'll spend some time tonight trying to find it. Excuse me. I'm just gonna pause the music here because we're getting pretty close to the end here. I mean, this has been a good stream. Like, we had a lot that we get done today, more than I thought we were going to get done, if I'm being completely honest with you. Working through the working through Jesse's Carnifex, his what's it called? OLE One Eye here. This definitely was a treat. Again, we're gonna put some effects on him tomorrow. We're gonna put that last little stringy bits. I might, if I find it tonight, I might just do it real quick and then just post pictures of it. But we get kind of everything on here. The number one was stuck behind a red light, and just when the light was about to change, number three drifted in the lane and got to the stop first. That's hilarious. put him in his place. Yeah, I think the current effects turned out really good. OLE ONE EYE turned out really well. We did paint a little bit of yellow on the eye. I'm gonna turn this light off so you can see what I'm talking about. And we did that just to add a little bit of like color and effect to it. I don't know if it really helped it, but we did what we could. We painted his chest blue, and we did the skulls again. It's cleaner than it was, much cleaner than it was. I don't see really any overpaint that happened. I mean, there's a tiny little bit, but it's nothing that you would notice kind of the first shot around. And we've included the proof that we did as well, so he's coming with him as well. So Jesse's actually getting this little termagant that's sitting on top of it as well. This is one of the extra termagants I did that I bought. So I mean, I'm not going to play Tyranids, but why not? We'll throw them on the base. The base is kind of cool. It's just a glowing little bush on top of a purple-black base, so it just adds a little bit of color contrast. All this is done with AK Red, uh, Wild Rider Red, sorry, AK Matte Red, Citadel, Wild Rider Red, and Citadel Troll Slayer Orange, as well as Citadel Abaddon Black, and then some Black Templar as well. And that's just to give it that shaded color look. There are some other colors in here, like Volupus Pink and some Magos Purple, just to add some like purples and a little bit of pink definition in there. And then we have contrast with a Magos Purple, as well as this other blue that's called Telesar Blue. It's a contrast paint. And that was just to give it a little bit of definition on the chest. Turn this light back on so I can see. And then the tongue is just Magos Purple and a little bit of Lupus Pink in there. And that's just to give it so it's got like a skin tone, or like his undercarriage is there. I really leaned into, for this one, I leaned into the sort of dirty aspect, but I leaned, like I do with most of my models, but I leaned into the crab slash lobster sort of look. And we just kind of kept on that lineage, that this is how he came to be, is that he's like a pseudo-aquatic land creature. We did airbrush a lot of blue in here. You can see that down by his leg. And that was on purpose. That was specifically so that we would add color coming from the actual bush that's down there. So now we can actually see the OSL that came with it. We didn't get a lot on this side because it's a little further away, but we wanted it mostly on this side just to really sell that that light was there. We might have been able to add a little bit more around the feet, but I felt like having it be directional was probably the best direction. Best direction for directional. So this is kind of what we're doing with this today, where we're landing it. Oh, my package will be here in the next hour. That's even better. Because I'm working through Chalupa Batman's commission, getting that finished, and if I can do that today, that'd be exceptionally nice. I'm going to move us over to the end screen, because I feel like we're getting close to the end of the screen here. Oh, thank you for the lizard. Oh, you know who's streaming right now, who we haven't seen in a while, is Proficient. Let's go over and say hi to him. Let's drop him a quick raid, and we'll say hi. And tomorrow we're gonna come back to this commission once we find the Uhu glue. But if we're not doing that one, what we will be doing is going back to our Chaos Space Marines. I'm super excited to get back into them. We're so close. We have 10 cultists. We have 2 more Chaos possessed, and we're basically right at the finish line with those guys. After that, we have a bunch more models on the way, some mini of the month. It's going to be great. I'm excited for what's happening next, because both is a little change of pace, but see what happens next. And Jesse did tell me that once this guy's back in his hands, he's got another model he wants me to paint, and it's a lot bigger. And I'm absolutely terrified of how big that's going to be. But we're going to make it work. In the meantime, I need you to do 3 things. 3 things I actually do at the end of every stream, but 3 things I need you to make sure you do, and that is take care of yourself. If you can, try to take care of somebody else. Be safe, and just remember to praise the Emperor. And go say hi to Pro, and if you're not following him, take a opportunity to go follow him. He's a fantastic miniature painter, and he's just an all-around chill guy. And I will see you over there. Bye-bye!